Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Candace Kaufman. I wanted to get on here and do a quick pregnancy update. So I have not done any official pregnancy update videos since I've been pregnant really. So this week I am 35 weeks pregnant. And I just wanted to, this is baby number 3 for me, baby number 2 for my husband and I. And I just wanted to get on here and just talk a little bit about my pregnancy. So we're in quarantine and I don't remember the last day I left the house. The last time I left the house, I took my son and we just went on a drive. We just got dressed. So I got dressed, got my son dressed. I got in our vehicle and we just went for a drive. We didn't even go anywhere in particular. We weren't gone for that long. I just wanted to get out of the house. So, and I don't remember what day that was, but we've been quarantining. My husband is still going into work and they have actually added to their days off. So instead of 2 days off, they will now have, I think it's like 3 days off. Yeah, so he's still going into work. And yes, that does kind of make me nervous. The plan that we have right now is that when he gets home from work, he goes up straight away and he takes a shower. And he just does his best while he's at work. They are practicing social distancing at work. So all we can do is our best, and all he can do is his best and still walk in faith and try not to give into fear. So that's how that is going. So as far as my makeup, I am a salon professional, so of course I have to talk about my makeup. I did something with my hair and got my winged liner going on. I did my makeup even though I'm going nowhere except for like downstairs in the kitchen. I am probably gonna visit the crock pot after this because I've got dinner going in the crock pot. So it's almost dinner time. So I figured I would do something. I enjoy doing my makeup. So I have on Wet n Wild lipstick. I discovered Tati on YouTube. She's another YouTuber and she has done reviews on Wet n Wild makeup. So I decided I would try some of it out. And it's just one of those brands that I feel like you might have used in junior high or whenever you first started wearing makeup. So anyways, I went and I got some of their lipsticks and I got a beautiful pink shade of lipstick. I think it's called Fuchsia with Blue Pearl, and it was like 98 cents. Oh my goodness, at Walmart. And then I got this shade of lipstick from Wet n Wild also. I don't think it was 98 cents. I don't remember exactly how much this shade was, but it was not very expensive at all. And they seem to be good quality and pretty long wearing. Not transfer resistant. I'm not so sure about this one. But anyways, I'm very excited. So if you're not really into name brands and you don't really care what brand it is and you want something not very expensive but pretty good quality, check out Wet n Wild. So anyways, from time to time I will mention a little bit about my makeup because I'm a salon professional and why not? So anyways, so that's my lipstick. So ultrasound visits. I am now to the point in my pregnancy where I am supposed to be going to weekly ultrasounds. And I say supposed to be because I canceled my appointments for this week. And I debated on whether or not to go because when you arrive, it's a small waiting room and they're encouraging the social distancing. And I know they've changed things at the University of Missouri because we live in Missouri and Columbia. And I believe they're scheduling like 15 minutes in between each person that has an appointment. But like the last time I went, I had my son with me and there were other people in the waiting area and it smelled like heavy smoke and just you could smell in the atmosphere. And I'm just like, I called actually from the parking lot before I even went up to my appointment. But then when we got up there, there was people in the waiting room and it smelled like smoke and it just, so I checked in and they said, I could have a seat and wait. And I'm like, I didn't want to sit in a small enclosed space with all the stuff going on with my son. So I asked if I could wait out in the hallway. I don't know that that was too much better, but at least there weren't like people in a small waiting area. So I just stood out there with my son, waited for them to call me back, and I was grateful that they took me the back way to the room where my ultrasound was going to be. And then after that, I had a stress test. So they just hook you up to some monitors. They monitor babies, like movements and stuff, and they want to see, if you're having any contractions and how often, and they take your blood pressure. But that's another small enclosed space, another small room with like 2 other recliners in there. So potentially there could be like 3 pregnant women in there at the same time, just separated by some fabrics, or curtains. And I just did not feel comfortable doing that this week with things not getting better, with things, in the world getting worse and more cases of this are coming out. I just didn't feel comfortable. I had felt the baby move on the day of my appointment, so I just called and canceled, and they asked me for the reason, and I let them know. Before my appointment, they called and left me a message and saying, I guess, they wanted to let people know that they have a nurse that is going to be waiting for patients or for, they're going to be waiting for people when they get off of the elevator. So my appointment for the ultrasound is on the 4th floor, which means who knows what's floating around in the atmosphere, when you're in the elevator until you get to the 4th floor. So in my opinion, I feel like they should be checking people's temperatures, screening people immediately when they enter the hospital, immediately when they walk through those doors. And maybe they do have someone there as well. But from the ultrasound, they said they were going to be having a nurse waiting on the 4th floor. So again, something else that made me nervous. I'm like, so people could be spreading all of this stuff in the elevators and the atmosphere, and then you get up to the 4th floor, you've already been exposed, and then they want to take your temperature. So I just canceled, and it is what it is. Right now, I had one last week. I felt the baby move. So I have a doctor's appointment on Tuesday of this coming week. So I have been going to bi-weekly doctor's appointments, so every other week. And then starting, I believe, in April, I will be going to weekly doctor's appointments, until I either go into labor or the doctor would like to induce me between 39 and 40 weeks. So, I'm trying not to give in to fear. I have found comfort in Psalm 91, and there's just so much going on. So many people are getting infected with this coronavirus. And, the hospital used to be a safe place. That's a place where you felt like you were going to be safe and receive care. And now it's a place of fear. And I don't want to give in to that. At the same time, I want to be wise and practical with my decisions. And also with labor and delivery. So that also makes me nervous, is there's so many people with this virus that are running to the hospital, which is exposing people to this virus. And there's pregnant women, who are trying to go to a place of or what they think is a safe place to, you know, have a baby and try to keep, you know, them and their baby and their families healthy. So it just makes me nervous getting closer to my due date. My due date is April 27th. Like I said, they're going to induce me between 39 and 40 weeks. So potentially it's going to be before April 27th. No, actually it will be before April 27th. So I have questions for the doctor. Some of which I've already sent to her. And one of the questions was about leaving the hospital early, like as soon as I have the baby, like I want to be in and out. So if all goes well, if everything goes smoothly, everything is okay with me and the baby, I can leave in 24 hours. I just figure if I can just minimize my exposure, I don't know what the hospital ventilation is like with so many more people being tested and having this virus and going to the hospitals. It just makes me nervous. You know, they're trying to make more room so that people with this virus can go and be treated and have a room and have a bed. And it just makes me nervous. And then other questions that I have is, I don't want to be bougie, but like, can I just have one nurse assigned to my room? Because I know nurses, they kind of like circulate and go into this room and then they go check on this patient and they go check on that patient. And, you know, I know this virus can rest on fabrics, it can rest on boxes, especially on surfaces, but even more than that, it's like in the atmosphere, it's in the air, it's airborne, and then it rests on surfaces. And if that is circulating around, and if somebody was exposed and a nurse, you know, doesn't realize, well, I don't know. Somebody maybe have been exposed to it and doesn't realize it, and they're going from one room to the next, and it's on their clothes, and they're handling, you know, me or somebody else and babies. I just, there's so much to think about during this time. But I think my main concern is wanting like one nurse to be assigned to me for the duration of my time at the hospital, and one tech, because I know there's usually people like in and out. There's the anesthesiologist, if you're getting an epidural, there's the nurse. There's just so much going on when you're in labor. So, you know, I have my questions. I will present them to the doctor, and I've already messaged her some of the questions that I've had. And then the rest, I just have to have faith, you know. We gotta put a plan in place, be wise, be practical, and then have faith in God and just trust that He is looking out for me and my husband, my family, my children, and He knows what's best for me. He has a plan for my unborn child. He has a plan, and He's going to fulfill it, and He's going to watch over my baby. He's going to watch over us and keep us healthy and safe. And that's what I have to hold on to instead of giving into fear and worry and all these other things that the world wants us to give into, and the news and the media wants us to give into. So let's see. A couple of the questions that I sent to my doctor specifically. So one of them I already addressed was leaving within 24 hours. And did I ask about visitors? Anyways, I believe they're limiting guests to like one. So, and I had already planned on my husband being there. You know, we had already planned on just having my husband and I in the room. And then if my daughter was going to be in town, possibly her. However, I made the choice before things got super bad just to not get her ticket out here because I was worried. So as much as I wanted her to be here, I thought that was So anyways, any other questions, concerns that I have, I'm gonna make sure that I present them to the doctor. Okay guys, so my son is having a fit, even though he's down there with my husband. I am going to go ahead and end this vlog here, guys. I know this is a very stressful time. Try not to give into fear and worry. Have faith in God. And I am not going to do a bump shot just because I just don't want to right now. But I am going to insert a photo of me and my bump. And I hope you found this video interesting, if anything, and just gives you a little picture of my pregnancy. But anyways, guys, this is going to be all for this pregnancy update. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like this video and subscribe if you've not already, and I will see you in my next video.